Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. We're going to gobble till we wobble this Thursday. And as promised, Sydney Brooke, my cousin, is in my kitchen today because she was so sweet. She's out of college for the Thanksgiving break, and she said, I'm bored. What do you need me to do? And I said, you don't know what you've just asked because I'm down in my back. Well, I knew you were down in your back, so what can I do? So she is like been a godsend today. She chauffeured me around to mail your aprons and to go to the bank, and now she's going to mix up a recipe that is, you know, I mean, I wouldn't say it was like an old Ingle recipe. It's kind of my mom and my recipe. So, but it's a good one. I know you don't love sweet potatoes, but you might like them like this. And since you are she's a softball pitcher at Elon University, and you know you have to eat those beta carotene things. This is one of those things. I mean, wouldn't you rather eat this than carrots?
Yeah.
And you can also add apples to this if you love like cooked apples.
Mm-hmm.
But we won't do that today. We're going to do the basic recipe, okay? But I am going to show you how to do Grannie Ingle's famous crunchy topping, okay? So what we're going to do first, so we can kind of roll this along, guys. Hey y'all, it's keeping it real right there. I have got way too much on this cabinet. Hold on. Lord have mercy. Okay, Sid. We're going to gut these. So you want me to use the bigger knife?
Just cut them in half.
Here, you use this one. Just know that these knives are really sharp. Okay? So don't try this at home without supervision, kids. Oh, Lord, I need to rearrange that camera. Hold on. We're going to cut. We have baked. How many sweet potatoes we got? 8? We have baked 8 sweet potatoes. And we left them in the oven, turned the oven off before we left for our errands. And it's sweet potato season around here, y'all. They've harvested around here in North Carolina. And they are a big cash crop in North Carolina. Sydney, I don't know if you knew that. Mm-hmm. A lot of people grow sweet potatoes. We don't, because we don't have this kind of soil that is conducive for it.
Is that the last one?
It's more south of here, I think. Southeast, even. But the imaginary farmer does have a farmer friend. He has a farmer friend that's their main cash crop.
Where is it?
Don't know. Lynn Vick's his name. But they have a potato warehouse, and they're contracted with lots of suppliers that want them. So anyway.
Do we need this?
We need a spoon and the bowl, yes. And I'm going to let Sydney take over as soon as we get these kind of gutted. Sid, I didn't even get you a spoon, baby. Let me get me a spoon.
You literally just take it out of here?
You literally just pick it out of there. And I'll show you the easiest way to do it.
Well, that
They're going to fall out because they've been sitting.
Mm-hmm.
So you ain't going to have to give them too much of a boost. But you, because we're not going to use the skins, okay? So you don't have to, like, be all neat and tidy with the skins.
Do
we're going to
people
toss
normally
them.
use them?
No. Now, have you ever eaten sweet potatoes that you liked? Okay, but you do have a sweet tooth, right?
Kinda.
You know what we forgot to get, right? Corn.
I know.
I might have some in the freezer. If we got corn, I'm gonna show y'all corn. We might do that tomorrow, Sid. But we have to do that for you because it's your favorite. Every time we have an Ingle family get together, Sydney wants me to make this crock pot corn, and it is bomb, ain't it? It's so good. But I think we're gonna make a sweet potato eater out of her after she sees this. Switch that around. They don't want to see me all the time. They see me all the time. They like to see young, pretty girls on here and nice-looking young men. See, Sydney's not as smart aleck as the boys. She don't talk back. She's kind of a privilege to be around, honestly. And now that she can drive and everything, Lord,
I'm 19.
I know, but you've been a big help to me to drive me around today.
This one, look at the back of it.
Oh yeah, it's just because they're soft. And the softer they are, the better, really, because then when you mix them, they're just going to mix better. And see, if we'd have tried this before we left, they'd have been too hot to handle. Sort of like you said, too hot to handle, baby, when you pitch it. What's your best pitch?
I don't know.
Come on. Tell me. When you were being recruited, what was your best pitch? What? A what?
Screwball.
What is that?
What do you mean?
Tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. I played underhand slow pitch softball. I didn't play fast pitch.
It's just an inside pitch.
It's an inside pitch. Mm-hmm. Is the ball rotating?
Yeah, inward. To you. Like
Seriously?
Seriously.
That's really technical. I didn't know it was that technical these days. I mean, I pitched. It must be in the family somewhere. But I was underhanded in a slow pitch game for sure. Have you ever been hit with a line drive?
Yeah.
Girl, me too. It makes you a little gun shy for a while.
Yeah, it does.
I got popped in the mouth when I had braces on in the 8th grade. I'll never forget it. Blood everywhere, and I'm talking like this, and yeah, anyway. Goes with the job, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. These look really good. Now, Syd, today, you know our cousins we have cousins from Pennsylvania on the Ingle side. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to name all of them, but here's what I'll tell you. And the viewers already know this that follow along. The invisible cousin, Dan, from Pennsylvania, he brings us Amish butter. That's kind of his entry fee into the house when he comes for his, wages for sleeping.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because, look, I ain't as nice as the innkeeper on the Christmas story. You got to be bringing something to me if you're going to stay in the inn, just saying. All right, switch places with me, girl. Now, Syd, I want you to fill that, get your spatula with the butter and give us a cup of it. We're going to use a cup because basically with 8 potatoes, we're doubling a recipe. But, Syd, we have 40 or 50 people when we all get together. So we kind of all pick 1 or 2 items to bring, and then you make plenty of that item, okay? All right, while you're doing that, I'm going to see what the people are saying. Yummy, I'm always looking for a new recipe to make. Oh, that's Pam. Hey, Pam. I know, Syd's cute, ain't she? I know. All right, and I left that out on the counter so it would be soft when we got home.
Wait, does it keep going down?
You're fine. You're doing fine. You don't have to push it hard. She's using the caulking gun. That's what they've named it.
I've never heard
People
of
on the
that.
vlog were like, "Where'd you get that?" I got it at Pampered Chef. I measure my peanut butter in it. You look so pretty today. Well, thank you, Stephanie. I did actually shower and put some makeup on. This is my 3rd visit out in 2 weeks, Syd. One more time. So she's going to measure out we're doing sweet potato casserole, Heather. Okay, now take that and like a caulking gun, shoot it down in there. Perfect. And then just put it in the sink. Wait a minute. Listen, we want all that butter in there, girl. Sure do. This is not a Weight Watcher friendly one, y'all. Just saying. This is the Ingle one. We ain't Weight Watcher friendly usually. Okay, I'm going to let you mix that in. And meanwhile...
What one you want to do it on?
It don't matter. Here you go. Just blend it pretty good. And while you're doing that, I'm going to crack 2 eggs. Oh, that was perfect. 2 in here, Syd.
I know I put 2 in there.
Oh, shoot. I just dropped it. Y'all, I kind of miss not having a daughter. This could be really fun. Syd, do you think you'd be that nice to me, though, if y'all was your mama?
No.
We'd probably fight like cats, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
All right, you keep going. I'm going to add 2 eggs. The egg will kind of bind this together for us and give it kind of a creamy, custardy almost consistency. Syd, while you're doing that, I'm going to measure up 1 cup of brown sugar. And I use the light brown sugar. You can use the dark if you want to. All right, turn that off for a second, sweetie. There we go. And because we don't have to beat it to death. Not this one. Now, if you're doing like Aunt Pam's pound cake, you got to beat it to death. Beat it to death. All right. See, Syd, you know a lot more about the kitchen. Y'all, let me tell you about Syd, the history here. Okay? Syd's dad, Sydney's dad, was one of my favorite cousins in the 2nd litter of Ingle children. I was in the 1st litter, like the older ones, and then all of a sudden comes this younger generation of litter of kids. And Wes is my first cousin, my dad's brother's son. And he was so much fun when he was a kid. I'm going to embarrass him when he watches this. But he married a local girl from McLeansville who we just love. And they had this one. And they've done a great job with her, in my opinion, because she's sweet. She's polite. She's well-liked. And I'm just saying, like, we need to brag on our young people because Lord knows some of the young people in our society give us a reason not to, okay? All right, so 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of butter, real butter, and you can use, what you buy in the grocery store, but we just have this, so we use it. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I'm going to let you do that. And while you're doing that, I am going to measure out some milk. Now look, y'all, we usually use just milk. Hi, Lisa, me too, but my sons love to cook too. My oldest son likes to cook. I don't know about the youngest one yet. The verdict's still out. You think Spencer will ever be a cook?
No.
I don't either. Maybe he knows how to make peanut butter bars.
Yeah.
We're going to do half a cup of heavy whip, okay? Approximately. Now, Sid, put that on just the first setting, because now that it's center, it's going to be apt to splatter out on you. You got it, girl. Don't you think, though, you'd be more comfortable cooking if you got in the kitchen? I mean, like, you have to do it to feel confident about it, I think. Because Sid asked me, she said, how did you learn to do all these recipes? I said, girl, I've been married all my life. And I married a man that was his love language is food. So I had to learn to stick and move in the kitchen. All right, Sid, let's let them see that. You're good. See, it's blending up. All right, go ahead. And I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup more heavy whipping cream. It needs to be a little bit thinner than that because we're going to return this to the oven on Thanksgiving morning and bake it to get all of it hot and let the topping caramelize. Sid, you're doing so good. Aunt Pam and Aunt Kathy going to be impressed. That means you're going to have to bring a dish next year. She just don't know what she's done. Now that she's proven she can do it. All right, that looks good, Sid. You're good. Now, I'll show you a little trick with that. When I pull these up out of anything, especially with a deep pot, just let it do that. Just so you get a lot of it off.
Yeah.
Because then you don't have to wash so much of it. Okay? Now, are you going to be brave to taste this? She's going to like this if she'll just taste it. I'm just saying.
They said, what are you baking?
She's a little bit picky like Spencer.
They said, what are you baking?
Sydney is baking sweet potato casserole. All right, now Sid, let me get this off around from you. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to give you your pan. Don't you like having a sous chef? I do. All right. And I really like having the company. It's so nice. Okay, Sid, we might have to make this like a, new family tradition. Oh, sorry. A new family tradition of spending time with Cousin Lisa on your days off from school. Just think that would be great, don't y'all? All right, Sid, pour half of that in here, baby. We sprayed a 9x13, and I'm going to use the disposable one because y'all know I'm nursing a back injury, and I don't want to have to do dishes.
It's not mixed up all the way.
All right, go down to the bottom.
Yeah.
You're good. Keep going. You can mix it with that. Let me show you a trick, though. If you pull it up like this and kind of toss it in, fold it.
Over there.
Yeah, you're okay, because it's all going to cook together anyway. And if you need to do stuff, if you'll wave it back and forth like that, that just comes with experience, sweetie. You've got some good cooks in your family too, though, doesn't Mama cook a lot? Yeah. All right, there you go, Shug. You've just been too busy playing ball to cook. I would do half. So let's see how much that fills up the pan. Here you go. I got you.
I think that's it.
Keep going. All right, now spread that out. Because we need to leave enough room for our topping. Oh, I think we're going to be all right. We're going to dump this in there.
All of it?
All of it. All right, hold right there. Let's look at that. Come to this corner over here, baby. There you go. All right, yeah, I think it can handle it. One more time. I'm pretty sure.
All of it?
Yeah, go ahead. The majority of it anyway. This was 8 potatoes, y'all. Oh, yeah, we're good. Go on and scrape it. Scrape it, girl. Scrape it. There you go. You got it? Now, y'all, here's the not tricky part, but in my opinion, the best part, my favorite part, is Grannie Ingle's topping, okay? And Granny always made, Sydney, you don't remember Granny, do you?
No.
Because she was sickly when you came along. Okay. Granny always made fruit pies on Sunday, like apple, peach, whatever she had. And I asked her one time what the strudel topping consisted of, and here's what she said. Well, she said it's a little flour, it's a little butter, and a pinch of this and a pinch of that. And I was like, wait a minute. I got to have measurements. So she ended up telling me just enough that I could figure it out. And I think I ended up calling Aunt Kathy one day to kind of verify. So here's how we do this. we're going to put, I'm going to let Sid do it. We're going to put about, I don't know, just put, I'd say a half a stick of real butter. I'll get that for you, and then I'll let you go for it. Okay, now we're going to pop this in the microwave, Sid, and just nuke it just enough to soften it real good, which it's soft now, but I don't want it to be fully melted, but soft. And while we're doing that, we're going to measure up 3/4 cup of brown sugar, packed, and I'm going to do about a half a cup. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to do a full cup of pecans, of chopped pecans, y'all. Okay? Perfect. Now, Sid, this is where it gets fun. Grab a fork out there, baby, just a regular eating fork. Y'all stay with us. It's so worth it. This is a good one. I'm going to measure you up. Look, I told her I was going to make her do all this, and then I've ended up taking over, micromanaging the kitchen. Okay, go ahead and put that in your butter. So, 3/4 cup of brown sugar.
Splattered all over me.
Just kind of fork it like, yep. And then let's start with a half a cup of regular all-purpose flour, because you want it to come to a crumb consistency. Now, Sid, you can use this on pies. You can use this on top of muffins. Even the store-bought, like, muffins that you have in a box. If you want to dress them up a little bit, this looks great on top, and it tastes wonderful. All right, go ahead and let's see what that looks like.
Can we start?
Uh-huh. You're doing great. I think it's going to take a little bit more. I'm going to just do a zhuzh, y'all. I'm sorry. I know that's not a good measurement. Let's say 1/4 a cup. So let's say 3/4 a cup. Now, yeah, that looks good, Sid. Okay, in this, I'm going to add a little bit of allspice. This is just like cinnamon, nutmeg. I put about a teaspoon, okay? And you can put that in the actual potatoes if you'd like. But anyway, all right, now that you've got that to the right consistency, last thing. Now.
And stir it.
Yeah, just get them kind of incorporated. Best part, Sid. Bestest part. You want this instead? Nah, go ahead with that. You're good. Okay, now wipe your fork off. Put it in the sink. Your hands are clean, right?
Yeah,
so you're gonna pick that up. I'll just show you, and then you can do it. Okay, you're literally gonna pick this up and crumble it as you go, and dollop it all over this casserole. Okay, can y'all see that? Yeah, good. You're doing great, Sid. See, look, they're saying it. You're doing great, Sid. I try to be a good teacher. I guess I'm more patient with other people's children, since we're kin, but you ain't my kid, right? It's easier to be patient. You're always nicer to somebody else's kid, especially Wes and Ashley's. I mean, wouldn't want to be ugly. Plus, y'all, she's Winifred. She's my best friend's granddaughter. Yet they already know Winifred because I talk about her all the time. And that's in the recipe book. It says Winifred's pimento cheese. It's funny. I know. I like it. But my viewers know who Winifred is. Did you see Nana in her cooking, cutting up, keeping it real apron?
Yes.
Standing in her kitchen. Everybody was like, oh, I love her kitchen. She does have an awesome kitchen. I mean, she has an awesome house, but her kitchen is exceptional. Perfect. Now, guys, you're going to have to wait to see this because Sid and I are going to cover this with tinfoil, heavy foil, and we're going to put it in the fridge. And then on Thanksgiving morning, because we're getting together at 12:30, or 12, I got to figure that out. Anyway, I'll bake it then so it'll be fresh. But I don't mind making things ahead like that, like casseroles, because honestly, it saves you some work that morning, and also it lets those flavors really marry up. Now, the variation in this is you can add some orange zest to it, to the potatoes, which I would have if I had any oranges, but I don't. You could also add apples to it, okay? But that's how we do sweet potato casserole. This will go into a 350-degree oven for about 30 minutes, 30 to 40 minutes, depending on how fast your oven cooks. All right, so Sid, thanks for coming on. I'm sure it's just going to go crazy with views, right, y'all? Happy Thanksgiving. Gobble till you wobble. Sweet potato casserole. It's a staple around here for Thanksgiving. Take care, y'all.